Hello everybody. Today I wanted to talk about ways to get more done. Sort of carve out the time in your day, create more time for yourself. Because if you don't know how to value certain things and actually create time for yourself, then you won't have enough time at the end of the day, and you won't have that feeling of things that feel good to have done, you know? There's a certain feeling that happens, that you feel when you've done a certain amount of things. Often it's a variety of things, but it can also be just a couple things that maybe you just perhaps never done before, and you happen to got a good result because, well, you've never done before, so you don't really know what the results are, and you know, fortune favors the brave kind of thing. So went ahead and did something you've never done before or don't usually do. And that's good to mix it up, right? It's always good to have like a little bit of opposites, a little bit of two things. You have that going on, and you also have, you know, the daily routine of doing the stuff that you know works, that you know, after years or months of doing it, it works, so you keep doing it, and it's very repetitive, but you're getting it done, and it's a daily thing. Often it's necessities, and so it's good to have that consistency of, getting a little bit of both of those things done, those different kinds of activities. When it comes to effort and how you go about doing it, it's really about like paying attention to not only the end result, but like how are you starting how are you starting it? How are you starting the journey? Are you doing like are you starting it in a way that kind of makes it seem like you don't really, you lost the purpose, maybe you lost the why, and so you're kind of just doing things because you feel like they have to get done. There's sort of a necessity thing, and because sometimes it's really good to look at the opportunity. So there's necessity, and then there's opportunity. That's another opposite that it's worth paying attention to, and sort of going through and seeing how it plays out, just seeing what the results are, just knowing you've tried things, knowing at the end of the day, it's like, even if it didn't work out exactly as you thought it never really works out exactly as you think. I mean, a lot of people can say, oh yeah, it's exactly how it happened, like it just happened exactly how I was going to expect it to. Like, how often do you hear that? Like, I mean, maybe some people say that, but really, it's like, you don't want to get attached to the result. But at the same time, you want to be imagining, oh, how would it feel to get all this stuff done, all these specific things, and like, what do these specific things make up? Well, they make up a day of like feeling relaxed at the end of the day, and a whole bunch of projects that you have to look forward to that they could have even more good results afterwards. Like, if one, that's why it's good to have lots of things going for yourself, lots of different activities going, lots of different goals, because then if one doesn't work out, it's not such a big deal. Often you have like 2 or 3 big, valuable goals. And speaking of value, it's think about how you're valuing your time, right? Are you valuing, like, it's a good reminder. Sometimes you don't even think about how you're valuing. Sometimes it's like, it's a little bit subtle. It's like, well, it's all about like how you use your time and what you're actually focusing on, right? And so it's good to ask yourself that question. It's just like, what exactly am I focusing on? Because like, if you feel like shit, if you feel bad, then it's going to be something that is worth considering usually. Like usually you want to know what kind of bullshit you're feeding yourself, because then you can just be like, oh, well, once you see it for what it is, it's like, oh, you can do something about it. And once you actually do something about it, that's responsibility. If you're responding, you're using your ability to respond, and that's your power right there. That's everything. Just the power of responsibility. It's not that other thing that you think is like someone else giving it to you that you have to do. That's a should. That's like something that you feel like you have to put effort in and do sound effects when you're doing it, like UGH kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like you can use the word in a different way. It's all about how you do it. First what, then how, and then why. Usually, that's usually the order of things. Why for the future, you know? That's another good thing to remind yourself about. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this thing that I love to do? Why am I doing these things that once they're done and I have more time freed up? Is there even more long-term value in it? Do I get more out of it in the long term, or is it just a short-term thing? Sometimes some things like money, sometimes they can be a very short-term gain, and you have some money to spend on something, or things that you use, all kinds of things that you can use money for that doesn't necessarily give you that fulfillment, that long-term gain, that long-term effect that lasts and you can put into other things. Like it gives you energy. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say today about not managing your time, but just creating more of it. Because like you start to see what's really important, what things you don't have to do, what things that you could use not doing. And it's all about the order of things, really. Getting those bigger things done, and then you feel better, and then you have more energy when you feel better to do those other things that are not as important. Most of the time you already know what's important, what's not, what kind of things that you really do value. But it's worth asking yourself that question, you know, throughout the day, and just reminding yourself. All right, thanks for listening. Hope you got something from this, and have a good one.